I'd like to talk to you about the final project generally. There's something that students are missing or they have a hard time understanding, and it's basically what is the final project and what are the milestones. It's actually pretty basic. You're supposed to read a research article, and once you read the research article, you address 9 different bullet points. The first milestone contains 3 bullet points, the second milestone contains another 3 bullet points, and milestone 3 contains the last 3 bullet points. Here's the problem that I'm sensing with students in this particular course, MAT133. I think students see this rubric and go, I don't know what's going on here. So then they say, I'll go read the article. And then you read the article and you go, this is also very technical and statisticky. I'm going to go back and read what the instructions were. I forgot, I don't understand what this is saying. So then, sort of panic sets in, and some students, I feel, close their eyes, chuck the ball, and hope for the best. I have to tell you, and we have to get on the same page here, you have to read your research article until you understand it. You have to read each rubric and make sure you address each written part. Why do I suspect that some students are doing this close my eyes, hope for the best thing? Well, a couple things. Here for guidelines of submission, it says your draft of the introduction section of your research study report should be 1 page in length, plus a cover page and references. So when students turn in a paper and it's not 1 page in length, when it doesn't have a cover page, when it doesn't have references, this kind of tips me off that maybe they didn't exactly read the instructions. They kind of scanned them, thought, let's hope that I'm understanding what I'm supposed to do, and then submitted the assignment. Again, here's more instruction. Use double spacing, 12-point Times New Roman font, and 1-inch margins, subtle references in APA format. Something else that tips me off that maybe students aren't quite understanding the research article and aren't quite understanding that this is just about understanding an article and then more or less giving a guided book report on it, is I will have students ask me, I have no idea what to do. I literally have no idea what to do. I don't believe that you understand the research article you picked. Why do I say this? If you understand your research article, you would be able to answer this question. Identify the specific focus of the research. In other words, what was the study about? What was the purpose of this study? Reading this question on its own, not in the context of a scary guidelines and rubric document, this is a pretty basic question. So if you understand your article, you should be able to answer this question. Let's go to the second bullet point. Describe the specific characteristics of the population being studied. For example, what was the sample size? What were its demographics? Here again, you should be able to answer this question. This question, though, maybe just not off the top of your head, but you should be able to go back to the article and find the specific answer to this question. How many people or things did the researchers look at? If it was people, were they broken up by race, sex, age, education? How was the sample broken up? What are its demographics? Then evaluate the research questions of your chosen study. Did the researchers suggest hypotheses for their questions? Or did they have something in mind that they think they were going to see a correlation between something? Or are they saying, we don't know what's going to happen, we're just curious, so we're doing a research assignment. So you need to address that. To what extent are these questions significant and why? Here you have to answer it. For some reason you picked this article, right? So why are these questions, why would somebody research this? Why is it important? Even if it's not important to you personally, think about why these questions would be important to somebody and why they might be interested in looking at these questions. So again, I cannot help you if you don't understand your research project. If you're saying I have no idea what to do, if things like this, I firmly believe it's because you don't understand your research project, so then you can't specifically address these 3 bullet points. Here's another thing. I'm not saying that you should automatically be able to understand the research article. Believe me, I'm not. I truly understand that it's a big ask for students coming into this particular course to somehow be able to magically understand this formal research study article. But I don't think it's impossible. I just think you may have to read it a few times. Not scan it, not try and see, let me see if I can copy paste something that kind of matches what I think I remember from seeing in the rubric. You have to read your article until you understand it. That's just the bottom line. If you're having trouble getting there, that's understandable. You'll have to read it a few times, and you might need help from a tutor or writing center to read through it with you. I personally, as the instructor, can't walk you through how to understand your article because I'll kind of be writing the rubric for you as far as we go along. So again, don't hope for the best. Don't kind of think that you kind of understand what the article and the assignment's about, and then just hope that copying some stuff over is going to be what I'm asking for. It's not. So again, make sure you understand your article. Once you do, each of these three bullet points from each milestone, you should be able to answer it. I would say the easiest thing to do is answer each in a paragraph. That way, it keeps your thoughts organized, and it might help you from going off into other stuff that you might be answering in a later bullet point. I have a sample final project that I'm going to ask you to read, and that one in particular addresses this part. Examine the outcomes of those tests. This is part of milestone 2. What were the major findings, i.e., did they reject or fail to reject the hypothesis, and why? Were the findings statistically significant, i.e., what was the p-value? Here, you got me. I know that I've been saying if you understand your article, then you can do the milestone assignments. This part, I'm not so sure. I don't think that just what you read in the text is enough to be able to answer this question. So please read the sample final project that I have for you, where I go into this a bit more.